I'm not going to change anything about it anymore, but I'm still really trying to figure out my build with CL because the damage output for her is so good. But I really got to optimize sort of the action structure I got going there. But yeah, like I think I got Mikael down, I got Luna down. It worked. That was I think I'm pretty solid there.
I took to Verse, like when I was learning about Verso as he joins the party, I was like, what does this guy have going for him? And I just still very much sucked with parrying and dodging, so working my way up to rank S was always an issue.
Yeah, but then you gotta find that like build that does it, because like I put it together before I kind of nailed the timings there, so that I actually got rewarded for failing, like with some of the pictos that I had.
Oh, that's kind of clever, because I saw one sword in my inventory was like, wait, it makes me start at half health, but rank B. And working my way from rank B to
and then
S
if you
was
add
kind of
healing, like passive or reactive healing,
now we're thinking.
See, you got it. I mean, it's fun. Yeah. It's fun to experiment with builds, you know.
No matter what he spins, he was still just mechanically a mainstay. Cause but I.
Oh, hi guys, you're here too.
Sorry.
All right.
Wait, shit, are we live?
Yeah. No, I think people. You know. Questions maybe about our builds here, or
did we spoil anything? We didn't, right? No. Shit. Hi guys. Hey. No Man's Sky Expedition 33s. I can't get over it now. Oh my god. So I've finished the game. I've done 2 laps around the world map. I'm coping that there is something left to find. I've sucked the game dry.
I mean, that New Game Plus has got to be juicy.
New Game Plus is
like some of those optional bosses. New Game Plus. I wonder what they're gonna do.
Yes, because I am nowhere near done with this game. No spoilers, obviously, about the context, but in New Game Plus, I'm only like at the slightly like ish end of Act 1 in New Game Plus now. But with what
you go fast.
With what you know, let me talk about that for a second as well. But first, with what you know after the game ends, so much dialogue in Act 1 from like the white Nevrons, from the spooky boy standing around sometimes, from these random NPCs. Like
I had those figured out, by the way. Like I immediately had those, and my theory was confirmed like later on about what was up with those. That was.
I wouldn't put that past you. I'm stupid. I rarely theorize. The best I've ever tried, because the game is structured like that, is Bloodborne. And God, my theories just suck in everything. I need to be spoon-fed. I don't particularly like being spoon-fed all the time, but I probably need to be more spoon-fed than most people.
No, I mean, I got, let's just say it was kind of a 50-50 with the stuff that I was thinking. Like 50% panned out and 50% was way off the mark. So, you know. Equality.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's kind of easier to pace myself in New Game Plus, like now where I know where everything is and how long the acts are.
Yeah. And like where areas are that you really shouldn't tackle yet.
And where to park and where to go and stuff.
No, the mic is cracking.
The mic is cracking. Shit.
Crackle. Is it me? Is it me again?
Is it Hannah or me first and foremost?
Yeah, it's mine. Okay. Oh boy.
Crackle is temporary.
How did we fix this again?
I think crackling was temporary when it never happened on your end.
Did I try turning it off and on again? I mean, all the time.
Sample rate issues. I'm gonna learn what sample rate is today. I should probably know this, but...
I mean...
Is there anything near the core?
So, is it constant? Is it like always when I talk at this point?
Not temporary. If you pull the gain down, Hannah, in that little wheel, is the app open? Should be on the PC.
Down 11 festivals, maybe that helps. Wiggle cables, restart audio device. I mean, okay, if it's every time I speak, then there's definitely something wonky going on. It is improved. Fixed? Oh. Alright. Okay, so just turning down the decibel has done
Apparently it is gain related, or gain can somehow mitigate it. I don't know.
Alright, well, thanks for looking
Excellent. Fun fact, by the way, about that. I have a workshop scheduled with Sasha, our sound guy, for actually going into the nitty-gritty. What is audio? Like, actually. And
Whoa, how does it actually work? What does it
and
mean?
what is audio in the bits and bobs of PCs and numbers? So that's kind of cool.
Mm.
For context chat, by the way, the equipment, we'll talk about state of dev and the equipment. I'm about to mention something, and that is that this equipment has been moving around the office a lot for some reason in the past couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, the recording equipment.
Cameras, mics, everything.
Yeah.
So setting it back up today was a hassle.
Always something.
At least my mouse.
Always something.
Oh no! What?
Okay, let's talk about this other game. I think.
Before we do, have you played? What do you play at all? Anything else in Clair? I assume
I mean, blueprints, of
Oh,
course. There's so much left to figure out with that game for me. I want to do another run in Mass Effect at some point. You know, never stop playing that one. And then a bunch of Sea of Thieves, because the season is wrapping up soon, and there's a fishing event this week, which is making me rich, so that's fun.
Oh yeah, I saw something about, was it 600? No, okay.
Yeah. We managed to get 600,000 gold in one session just by fishing. It was crazy. Sunrise Seagull is asking our pronouns. I go by she, her.
I go by he, him, but
but
Emmett found out. I had completely forgotten about this on Teams. At some point, we were reminded on Teams that we can do our own pronouns there, and I felt funny. It's the most boring thing in the universe, but I found out that we could do that, and I was, oh shit, okay, I'll just write Coke and Pepsi. And Emmett found that, and he thought it was super funny. So,
you know, that's really in character. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Extremely unhelpful, but says a lot about you.
Thank you. You know me so well.
Yeah.
Battle helicopter. Blueprints, I agree. Harkening back to the fact that I need everything spoon-fed to me. Like, I am overanalyzing everything, which probably is the way to go.
That is the point of that game. You have to overanalyze everything. Yeah.
I am waiting. I told Hannah earlier as well. I'm waiting so hard for the moment, guys, where I recorded so much in my head right now, mundane stuff, and when this turns out to be useful anyway, that's when I'll have my eureka moment and be like, oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I knew.
I mean, the annoying part about that game is that you can't really discuss it with other players because of the randomized elements in it. So you never really know what another person has found and experienced and solved compared to you yourself, even though you had maybe the same amount of runs. Because there's people who are like we were talking this morning, like you had found rooms that I haven't even found yet, but I've played this game more. I've had more runs. So it's stuff like that, and I'm like, I can't say anything to you because I have no clue.
And same back, even though I've done many less runs, because again, you never know. Like, this room that I found exists, and other shenanigans could be full on, like spoilers. So no. Yeah. Sick game.
And exactly like Elaine Shibi says, like you can finish the main story, but there's so much other stuff as well. And I'm doing the other stuff now. Like I finished the game, for as much as that means anything with a game like that. But yeah. There's still so much that I'm like, I know this is a thing. I just haven't figured out where I need to go with that information or what I need to do, right? So it's fun for those conspiracy-minded folks. If you want that whiteboard, like full of like post-its and red thread and
And using an actual pen and paper is like so fitting.
Oh, I started taking notes in this game like really quickly. So I was like, there ain't no way I'm gonna figure this out without without help.
What are you playing, chat, lately? Because we also confirmed with each other, like, there are a metric shit ton of games coming out right now.
So many bangers. So many good games already this year.
It's like, because we just confirmed Doom Dark Ages has released.
Yeah,
and
Doom just came out.
Obviously, Clair Obscur has taken the world by storm at this point. Oblivion is out. Some stragglers still from, the Monster Hunter month.
New patches for Helldivers, Stellaris, Star
Too
Citizen.
many,
Satisfactory don't know that one.
Timberborn, Fallout 4.
Fallout 4, nice classic.
I'll look at the classics. Minecraft, Path of Exile 2, I assume.
Oh,
maybe.
Wait, Death Stranding 2.
Nice.
That's...
Oh.
Is that out yet? I don't think
Wait,
that's out yet, right?
right?
I'm pretty sure
Unless
that's
you're
not
breaking
out yet.
NDA right now, crossing
I
borders.
think reviews
Hey,
are
that's
coming
like-
out, but...
Oh. Roots of Pacha. Ooh, nice.
Oh, Roots of Pacha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just started a new playthrough of Coral
Mhm.
Island. Like, it's nice, like, this kind of Stardew Valley-esque games.
Nice. Right up until Clair Obscur was released, I was working my way through the OG Ratchet & Clank trilogy. The HD remakes of the first 3 games ever, and I almost made it through the third one, so all of them, before the game dropped, and I promptly forgot everything about Ratchet & Clank, so I'll have to finish that third game off as well at some point. Married
life.
Yikes.
Very difficult
I
game.
hope your partner is
But
not
hopefully
viewing.
worthwhile. Hopefully rewarding.
I hope your husband or wife is not watching this. Hell yeah, excellent. But despite all the games coming out, despite all the funs we can have with everything else, I saw it earlier, by the way. I wouldn't really mind streaming Blueprints. We'll talk about my stream soon as well. I will talk about it soon as well, but yeah.
I mean, the problem with streaming Blueprints now is that you're starting in the middle,
Yeah.
right? So either people have no idea what's going
Yeah.
on, or they need to have played it before.
Very fair.
Like,
And restarting is not really feasible in that game. So-
no, exactly. You can't.
Play to the ball.
Again, if the progression is so knowledge based
Mhm.
that you can't really. It's a game you can play through kind of once, and then after that, it's not gonna work really 100% anymore. Just like Outer Wilds or Tunic, games like that,
Oh, Tunic is on the...
which are also fantastic. And yeah, you still
I still
gotta
gotta
play
finish. Or
Tunic.
play Tunic, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
shit, man. And Animal Well, I just said Animal Well is gonna... Let's talk about that. Let's jump a bit and get the hype news away first. We'll talk about Factorio, guys, I promise, but first let me just get some other...
Victoria.
sorry, Satisfactory.
Excuse me.
That was a purpose. We'll get to Satisfactory, I promise, guys. I will actually talk about it kind of not in depth, but like, we'll have things to say about it. But before that, let's talk about Animal Well. Oh no, let's not. Let's talk about me and Animal Well. I started this game, and then it just kind of fell off for other games or whatever. And I realized this game is the perfect game for me to keep and to hold off from playing until the 9th of September. Specifically, the 9th of September.
Hmm.
You don't need to mark this day in your calendars, chat. If you do, for my sake, that's fine. But for me, this is a big day. Because on the 9th of September, I've finally had this greenlit by by both voice crack, by both production and studio manager. For the first time in 8 years, I am going back to Japan for a month. And I am so happy. I am so happy.
Big goal. Big goal achieved.
It is,
Or gonna be achieved.
Yeah. It's pure homesickness. Like when I think of what I want to do there, it's just old routines, old foods, old people, obviously, to meet and catch up with. Thank you. Oh, I'll have fun. ETA on patch release, don't you wish you knew?
For 1 month.
For 1
I'll
month.
have a life.
3.5
Just 1
weeks.
month.
Yeah, more or less. It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
Unfortunately, Mikael,
Mhm.
the chat Mikael, not you,
Oh.
Mikael, or Michael. You won't have Hannah only streams because I will also be in Japan.
We're going together, a bunch of coffee
Yay!
stainers. So
We're gonna go with a group.
yeah.
It's gonna be great.
How many are we? 5 or 6 people?
But unfortunately, that does mean that we're abandoning this plan
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah. I've thought about, I can actually talk about this. I mean, September is like 16 years away, so you'll forget this anyway.
Yep, that's exactly the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
The immediate question, maybe for some people, is what about is my camera having a weird time focusing?
It absolutely not focusing.
Yeah.
This.
I'll just be closer because I think it's freaking out with the poster behind me, which we fixed, by the way. Hell yeah. The glass reflecting. Anyway, September we have content. I'll have content lined up. It's still doing whatever. Lined up. Videos will be prepared in advance, so there should be hopefully a rollout of content anyway. Streams, obviously, since both of us are gone, maybe that'll be like dead. We'll see if we can somehow save that. Stream from Japan, just one time, maybe. I would never. They could pay me triple, and I would refuse. So
We'll be way too
Yeah.
busy doing things that are not satisfactory related. That is kind of the
Yeah.
point.
Garlic Bread is asking, are you shipping Snooter with you? No, but found a fact. Have I told you, Hannah, what I learned?
Wait, no, what?
Who I learned is going as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Jace. On the 19th
Fuck
of
yeah.
September, he's gonna be in Osaka. And so are we.
We gotta
So-
meet up. Oh, I'm gonna send him a message.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's. I mean, this year, for some reason, is the year of Japan. Like almost everyone here has gone or will go
Yeah.
to Japan at some point this year. It's ridiculous. There's something in the water here at some point. I don't know what's going on, but
Yep. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Emmett's been there. Ben and Anna have been there. Conrad went there already. Our HR boss is going there, I think, or is still hopefully like planning to make it. And stuff. Like, I don't know. And then, of course, we are 5 or 6 people. I think we're 6 people. I keep forgetting.
yes.
So, and Token with Jace, I suppose. Like, I don't know. It's a lot. So yeah. And speaking of bank accounts, and also even more not related to this game at all, is that I'm moving. Woo, so I'm poor as shit. And I'm getting into MTG, so I am even poorer as shit. And you can take a wild guess as to why. I'm sure some
All
people
for,
know.
all for good causes.
Yeah.
All for good causes.
So yeah. Big times. How did we? Oh yeah, Animal Will. Thank you, Animal Will. I suppose. The most roundabout detours in life. Chat, how are you? Let's talk about Satisfactory for a bit, shall we?
Like, why are you here? Oh, right.
All right.
For this other
getting
thing
paid for something.
that we're not talking
Got some
about at
move?
all.
Thank you. It's a long time coming, actually. I'll be living much closer to city center. For those of you who are wishing it, no, I am not moving away from the city or Coffee Stain. I'll still be here, unfortunately for you. So I'll just have even more leeway to go outside and be like spontaneous with food or going to work or whatever. Just nice. Satisfactory! We had a patch yesterday. Let's bring it up here, shall we? So I can read it. While I can still see your pretty names on Twitch. What? Let's talk about a few things here. What happened yesterday? So, I probably have the mic in front of me still. I'll put it here actually, so I can do a bit of multitasking. Right, so in the video, the last one we made, or that I made, we talked about a few things we're not adding, and obviously they will just not be added, but also about a few things we are hoping to add or fix. And I think some of those things that I addressed in that video were actually in this update, including nudging personal elevators and conveyor wall holes. They are nudgeable, which is nice. Bug fixes, so we have fixed a lot of bug fixes or bugs with Blueprint autoconnect. Lim, in particular, if you're hanging out like a bit more frequently on the Discord, mostly I guess, may know who Lim is. Right now he's like the main guy for Blueprint autoconnect, and he is still very curious about any issues you may find right now, because this is turning into his baby. So if you have issues right now, chat, right now, write them to me, live, to us, right here on Twitch or in the Q&A, and we can pick them up. Because for the Blueprint autoconnect in particular, we have fixed some stuff, but we are fishing for other /new/forgotten stuff. So if you have anything, please let us know. We fixed the conveyor belt visuals displaying incorrectly. That's nice. Throughput monitors, with again also mentioned in the video, moving too far away and then back from them would have them display 0, even though stuff was moving through them. Should be gone. The jump height. The jump height.
That caused some confusion
Yeah.
internally as
Yeah.
well, where people are like, something's wrong, or something's up. Why does this feel different?
And people seemed in unison that it was unintended, because it was. They couldn't quite pinpoint where it came
Yeah.
from.
There were some discussions about that for sure. I remember.
The issue with the jump is that we did not alleviate gravity or up the Pioneer's leg muscles. No, the bug was that the jump boost you get from a slide jump, that boost was permanently attached to, or permanently on. So every jump was, in effect, a slide boosted jump, which is why the game felt a lot less like you were playing on the moon for a bit on EXP. That has been fixed. That was not intended. We get that some people, including me, actually enjoyed that. They enjoyed that unintended change.
Everyone always enjoys more power.
Yeah. And I'm a parkourer deluxe in my factories.
Parkour.
Doubly so on controller. It's just like, oh, it's so nice to move about the controller.
I mean, yeah.
It is. But that has been fixed, and mainly for the reason that it does interfere with other aspects of the game, both in terms of functionality and exploration, and so we did indeed punt that away. And I know it's been kind of unclear on my end, just from me personally, like if I was kind of unsure myself live if this was intended when people were asking, so I know I haven't been the best info provider about this bug in particular. So sorry about that, but now we know. It was a bug and it's been fixed.
Better to double check before you give an answer.
Me acting before I think? I would never. I would never.
I guess old dogs can learn new tricks.
Oh, speaking of dogs. Anyway. We have a new office dog. Woo! Pioneer falling through the world when saving loading inside an elevator, personal elevator, has been fixed.
Oh god, elevators and saves.
Yeah.
I have nightmares about this from other games. Yep.
I've seen my fair share of, we've seen our fair share, I'm sure, in the office, of the cursed helmet combination on Reddit or on any picture, where helmets were not displaying properly. In fact, they were very messed up mesh-wise and also overlapping with each other after any customization. That should be fixed in this patch, because that looked grotesque, to be honest. Crashes related to building railways and train stations. I'm reading that straight off because I don't do trains in this game ever. Again, another issue that I know I mentioned in the last video where you couldn't just go through the new conveyor wall holes, been fixed. And also compass icons would turn grey after using a couple cameras. Display issue has been fixed. We also did some adjustment to Ada, if you want to touch on that, Hannah.
Yeah, so I removed some, not all, of the new Ada lines that were like in 1.1. I specifically removed the lines that you get while building, after getting a bunch of feedback where people thought that it was actually detracting from their fun and not adding to their fun. It was kind of tough to really get a handle on what people thought about this, because I mean it's not a bug, right? So it's not a clear like do this and it's fixed. So I was kind of just scouring, Reddit, the QA side, the Discord, and just kind of looking at what people were talking about, because people weren't specifying necessarily exactly which Ada commentary that they didn't like. But I kind of figured out that it was probably, the specifically the building lines, and also specifically that, like, it wasn't, like, the commentary that Ada was offering felt like too mean, and just kind of like, it didn't feel like it was actually fun mean anymore. But I'm also now I got like messages from folks now after it's been removed, where they were like, oh, but I liked it. And this is kind of an issue where it's like, I don't really know the ratio of like and dislike about what's happening here. So I'm still kind of figuring out, but I had a feeling that this might be a little divisive when we added it to the update, because our plan for how we implemented it wasn't what we ended up able to do. So this might be one of those cases where, like, okay, we tried it one way and we're gonna like pull some of it back, figure out a better way to do it, or maybe go for like the option, like one of the options we had identified that does need a little bit more work, and then try it again. And hopefully like it'll work better. We'll see kind of what we do there. But there are still a bunch of lines that are in that comment on other actions that aren't building. People have mentioned like a toggle or a slider for like tone. A slider for tone would mean an immense amount of work, because I would need to, or like we would all need to like write like several different iterations of similar lines, and like it would double, triple, quadruple what script we have. And then that's like more work than it's worth. Plus, in a way, I also feel like these kind of solutions should first be tried on our end before we make the player like solve that problem for themselves, right? Like I think that's on us first before it is on you. And then the toggle for the commentary, is maybe an option, but I also feel like first, again, I want to try to see if we can make it better on our end before we make it like your problem, I guess. Because if you don't like it, like how will you know that there's a toggle for this? And you might just think that like, oh, this sucks and I have to suffer through this. And maybe like word of mouth will help there, and maybe we can have a little pop up, but it's not super nice to have it like that, right? So we're gonna try some other things maybe.
Yep.
Slider for max amount of 8 lines per hour. I mean, yes. And yeah, exactly. Like Blinkable says, there's definitely a middle ground between all good and none at all. So like, before we do like a full on like either all on or all off, I'm gonna try to see if there's other ways to make this better. But yeah, I mean, I think it's valid that people didn't like it and that it detracted from their fun. Because like, yeah, sure, Ada's meant to make kind of fun of you and be a horrible boss in a haha funny look at that, this is awful way. But at the same time, you can, everybody experiences these things differently. And if you have a horrible boss in real life, maybe you're really not looking for another one in fake life. But yeah.
Also, I'm a fan of the Ada sass.
Yeah.
Personally, I wasn't really too bothered by the frequency of it, and I do think it's more unnatural for the game to be like silent forever after you've done like all of the first times.
Yeah,
and all
like
of the,
we wanted something to fill up a
yeah.
lot of the dead air that you have, especially end game, like to make it feel like less like Ada is just not there, right?
I've had worse bosses.
That's not great.
Yeah. Nice.
I think Ada and Gladys would get along like a house on fire, unfortunately, for all of us.
Yeah. For VFX, we have added distance field collisions for the smelter and foundry smoke, because there was issues with those when using ultra or high VFX quality. We have a bunch of controller changes, and I'm gonna hold off a bit about talking on those, which is strange because controller is hands down my new, I say new because it was photo mode, now it's controller, favorite feature of 1.1. And I'm gonna hold off on that because I am going to tell you right now, chat, that gameplay streams are incoming, and they should be not in May, but absolutely not long after. Because hot fact, and it's so strange to me, I really enjoy playing this game right now on controller.
Oh, that's a controversial opinion to have.
At Coffee State, yeah, it is. I'm joking. No, some people here love the game. Some. And I'll do the full just gushing about that then forever and ever. But touching on controller, we have also fixed, improved just aspects of using the Steam Deck for this game.
I'm actually kind of happy about that.
It's so good to
I mean, this is a chill game, and Steam Deck lends itself well to chill games, right?
Steph Mixo, no, they would not be replacing dev streams. They would be added on other days instead. So on weeks where we do gameplay streams, there would be 2 streams that week. Much like if you were around like October, November, December, when I did start sending gameplay streams on the official channel before Snoot left, and I had to solo a lot of shit. It's just that again. Now that
so additional, not replacing.
Yeah, exactly. Because I have started to have my workload figured out finally. It only took half a year, but it's happening. So good.
Some things take time.
Yep, they do. Dedicated server has gotten some love.
Oh no.
Oh,
the crackle returned.
Do we go down another decibel?
The crackle's back.
Until you just stay quiet forever?
Yeah, eventually I'm just going to turn it down until it's just silent.
If that nudges it.
You're trying stuff on your end?
Yeah, if you're lowering on your end, I'm increasing on my end, so your volume stays the same, I'm hoping, and we... maybe...
Right. I'm at 7 decibels now, let's...
maybe...
see how it goes.
I should bump up that meeting with Sasha, holy shit. Try vertical nudging.
Maybe this is the time, to reveal to everyone that I'm not a real girl, I'm a robot, I'm a cyborg.
She is Ada.
This is just a natural voice coming through.
Shit, she is Ada.
Yep.
How fix? Incredible. Is there something to... The Discord settings haven't like mutated, right?
The sultry sounds of CSS dev stream. Oh.
Holding the mic made a difference. Is it connection stuff? Is it?
Okay, maybe there's some funky things going on with the cabling.
Now it's good. Okay.
I will not touch anything.
Okay.
I will hands out.
Cool. I'll trust you on that. Pause up for a bit then. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Dedicated servers have gotten some love. And we also want to send word from the prog cave immediately. We hear and we agree that dedicated servers, they are lagging behind in terms of getting updates and getting love. There are many more issues on dedicated servers than there are on client or on your, not offline, but yeah, basically offline local version of the game. And there is a plethora of reasons as to why this is. And I'm hoping, really, again, I keep saying this, I think, but I am such a bad source of this info, because even if I'm told it straight off, I would just be repeating words that I don't quite understand. And so when people jump off these questions, or like these words that I'm explaining, with questions, legit questions, I couldn't answer anything because I'm just taking flat info from point A to point B. Snoot was very into these, just straight honest, he was way more into this, and just better at this jargon and this language than I was.
Part of that world for a long
exactly.
time, right?
And also just he himself having made a bunch of this code, so...
exactly. He'd been in those trenches.
Yes. It's not because I do absolutely have programming background too, but it's not as easy as, oh, you know code, so you should know this. No, it's not that easy. So I keep saying that for when we get like an actual cycling chair for other devs to be here and just talk to you guys, having someone who can talk about dedicated servers is very high up on the list. Wish list from me. And finally, also worth mentioning, pretty big actually, we now have a new official language for the game, which is Ukrainian. And we thank our friends at Unlock Team for the localization. There's one more official language for that. Mm-hmm. Is what the patch came with. And that brings us to cool. That's the patch for EXP. It's been out since yesterday. What next? What next indeed?
Yes. We'd still, of course, love to get your feedback if there's anything still broken or newly broken. And opinions on the Ada thing are welcome too, because that will make us make more informed decisions about that kind of stuff. And as always, feedback on controller and all of those things also very welcome.
Yes. Discussing that in Twitch chat, on Discord, QA site especially, which by the way I should probably actually add that on
almost
title.
Everything is fixed now.
Screen title.
Those are kind of scary words. That makes me nervous.
I think I promised as much. No, I said that 1.0 was
Don't check Andrew's VODs. We know. We don't.
Yeah. But we see your discussions all over the place, and adding on top of this, looking for new feedback. Thank you for all of the feedback so far, because
very appreciated.
A lot of it is straight up directly reason for why these patch notes can be so huge and like encompassing and fixing stuff. You find stuff and you report that, and you help out shit tons with the smoothness of EXP for that and the development 1.1. So thank you so much for playing our game. But yeah, that's this patch. What next? You probably should not expect any major changes to EXP for a while. We might do some like slight dip-ins if something is obviously broken. It shouldn't be like if anything was going to be on fire, we would have noticed full day after. But if we find something, then yeah, we might still do some small updates. That's the game. What about around the game? What about the stuff I do? My job? Because despite everything, I just actually don't make this game. I don't even have Unreal installed on this PC. Studio PC. Imagine that. Video cadence, again. Yeah. It will be the last reminder, I hope, of it. The fact that videos have been super sporadic for a reason. Since end of March, it took a full month for the end of April one to come. They were both 1.1 touching. And since the last video, we are now into week 3 of no videos. There should have been a video out last Friday to normal cadence, but there wasn't. That video was always planned for this Friday. So there is a video coming out in 3 days, and it's a good one. I'm hyped about this one. It's a very good one. part of that is that, again, I have had a personal week off way back now then, but it's still like a personal week off back in March. And just in Sweden, it's Easter, there is Labor Day, Ascension Day, 1st of May.
We had a ton of like holiday.
Yep. So many of them
stuff
go off, go away. And for most of us, I dare say all of us, this job, I mean, fun as it is, of course, this is that kind of job where if 1 or 2 days are taken away from you in a week, you don't work 3 days and get 2 extra days off. You kind of mentally try to shove 5 days worth of work into 4 or 3 days instead.
And lo and behold, it never works.
It never works. And
it's almost like time doesn't work that way.
And considering our lineup of videos, I will say absolutely nothing about them, but except for the fact that all of them required equipment to be moved around the office. None of them are talking head videos.
I mean, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe there, just a bit.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Like the lineup, it's just production video after production after moving this and moving lights, and I was like, I am just not gonna bother rushing the first one of these out last week with so many off days around and everything. So I allowed myself, which I also said on the last video and on streams earlier, I allowed myself a 3-week cadence for this one. So we are having a video this Friday, and after this Friday, even though the lineup is production heavy, there should be a video every other week again. We should be back to normal cadence starting this week. Should. Famous last words.
Yeah.
And look forward to them. Again, they're pretty funny, so they're pretty good. They're pretty chunky.
Yeah.
So
speaking for specifically the next one, who I've seen the most about, yeah, it's good. It's a good one.
And that's the video cadence. Also, jumping from that onto the stream cadence, this is definitely a failing on my end. I have been vocal a few times on stream, but it's not enough, and I get that. About the fact that I have made a decision to not stream on the first Tuesday. It's just an arbitrary week that I picked. The first Tuesday of every month of every month. Obviously, if a Tuesday down the line, ends up being like, if the first Tuesday of a month down the line ends up being, a big event, a release, whatever, of course we'll stream that Tuesday. But for normal dev streams, the first Tuesday of every month is offline, and that is purely because of I personally feel that the state of dev segments, at the end of, it's gigafun hanging out with you all, but at the end of the day, these streams are also just a means for us to be very open and vocal about new stuff for the game, and doing them every week will just turn this stream into more of a broken record about who knows, who we can't say this or that is secret than it already is.
To give us a bit more material to actually give to people when there are streams.
Exactly.
Just to give some time for developments to happen.
Is the first reason. And the second one being that it is also, I've just realized, it is a very nice week for me personally to just, and for Hannah now that she's been in almost every one of these, to just have a little mental break. Because knowing that you have to be live every week, for hundreds of people, fun as it is, it's also you use some fuel for that. You use some fuel for that, and that fuel is not infinite.
Yeah, and things like you have to set everything up again, right? And then if for example you're busy filming a bunch of videos, maybe you can time filming those videos and moving the equipment around with the week where you don't have a stream, so you don't have to move things back and forth so much. So it's like some strategical value.
Exactly.
Or strategic value.
Super true. And we had a double whammy of that, that plus also holidays at the same time being such a good win for last week being a chiller week for me on the stream parts. And you're welcome for the streams. They are again super fun to have. Quickly turn into one of my favorite parts about it. Dude, I wonder what I prefer actually. Chat. No, I think it's a pretty easy answer, but I was going to ask if you could keep only the streams or the YouTube videos. Not that it's going to happen. I'll keep doing both. Don't worry. We'll keep doing both. But if you could pick only one, which would you pick? Streams or YouTube? Probably YouTube, right? It is the more substantial and archivable and focused content.
Personally, I'm more of a YouTube person. because I like to not feel the pressure of having to be there.
Yeah.
I wanna set my own rhythm.
Uh-huh. Fair enough. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
kind of streams heavy. Oh, really? Interesting. Okay.
I mean, you're asking the people on Twitch.
I
First
suppose.
streams
Yes,
on
I
YouTube.
suppose.
You might get a slightly biased
I suppose.
answer.
But I don't know. Like,
But the fun part about streams is indeed, like Andrew says, the community. Like you actually get to talk and get back and forth with people, and not just between the streamer and the audience, but between the audience too.
Yeah.
Like it's always fun to start a conversation that way.
yes.
So, you know, each has their strengths. Almost like they're kind of, you know, different forms of media,
Yeah.
and different platforms.
And like honestly, the community that Jason, Snoot, and I mean you as well. You've been here for 7 years now. What the old guard of CSS has fostered.
7 years.
Yeah, 7, 8.
My friend, 8.5.
Oh shit, jeez.
8.5.
I have been here for 2 soon, so I like my brain is stuck in the fact that I can't be older than half a year here. So it's like, but I guess time is
Yeah.
moving for even me as well. Yeah,
Time does move
it
forward.
does. Imagine that. It's
Yeah,
not a flat. It
it
is a flat
does.
circle. Yeah. Shit.
It's the super.
But yeah, no, like the old CMs and the old guard, like just devs in general, have like fostered around here is so like heavily reliant on the transparency that CSS has brought forth, and these streams are such a good avenue to just, you know, be transparent, completely open about it, just answer live, talk about what we can talk about and not what we can't, and yeah, like that combined with the fact that there is, I mean, streaming is all about the audience, right? If you stream for 0 people, there's like,
Yeah, it's the point.
yeah, the audience makes it so fun, and the fact that so many people keep coming back here, like hundreds, literally every week.
Even
is
with
so
our
fun.
bullshit openings, like us just talking about a different game altogether. This is literally taking like half an hour to get to the reason why we're here.
We're all game enjoyers in the end, aren't we?
Yes, most likely.
I love your bullshit, thank you.
We also love our bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
The bullshit is half the fun of this job,
Yeah.
if not more.
I mean, you know, I'm guessing you're not here to watch a robot read information to you. So
No.
I hope not. If so, we can probably, you know, get Ada.
I mean, considering your mic, you qualify
Yeah.
well
I know,
enough
my
right
mic is
now, I'd say.
trying really hard to make a point here. And I'm not listening.
Nuggets of Satis news, Michael says. Again, the lineup of videos coming, it's a banger lineup.
Juicy.
It's a banger lineup for sure.
Mhm.
This state of dev might have been the longest that at least I have ever done.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't the most on topic one.
It
though.
wasn't, but I think it would still clock as the longest one despite, because we're still not done. We have one more thing to check before we
That's
move
true.
into
That's
highlights.
true.
And for those of you who have been obtuse, yes, you've seen that the frames are up on the wall. That this hand probably should point at that, and I should point at that. We have whatever, like so. The frames are back. That's cool and all. But for those of you who have been obtuse on my shelf, you see that there's an object missing right there somewhere. Where is that object, I wonder?
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
I hit the mic. Hello.
Hello.
Ta-da!
Look what has finally been printed. Charmander. I need to get Charmander here. This merch is particularly like very fucking cool for many reasons. Vinyls are always dope. I love music. It's the reason why I love
Alright.
Japan.
Look at the inside of this thing.
Look at the inside. One of the big reasons. This, some of you may recognize this image, this cover. And for those of you who don't, we at Coffee Stain, we humbly thank Reddit user Big Booty Tom for allowing us to use their save file.
Excuse me.
Yep, that's their actual. It even says
Is it-
on the
hold
cover. We do credit a Big Booty Tom.
Big Booty Tom. It says it right here.
It does say it right
It says it
there.
right here.
Uh,
Freaking little awkward.
yeah, but it's in white text. It should be. Oh, it's focusing. It's focusing. Water Powells, I think I pronounced it correctly. / Big Booty. A bit more to your left, I think. No, to
My
your
left.
sorry, to your right. To your right. To your right.
My
Yeah.
right.
I don't know left and right. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. For allowing us to use their world-encompassing Satisfactory save file, take a nice screenshot somewhere, and have that on full display on the vinyl, which, in my opinion, is one of the, if not the single coolest pieces of merch we've done ever.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. And I mean, like,
What's
I
up, Ketsky?
remember Pontus designing this cover, and it's so juicy. Like,
It
just,
is.
you know, all the parts. And then, of course, the pioneers.
It has an A side. It has a B side. I learned what A and B side are recently as shit because of Final Fantasy 14 for a raid boss.
All right, hold
That's
on.
the FF shout out for this week.
Wow, so we've got one hipster in this room. And you're not it. Let me pull out one of these vinyls. One of these.
I remember records were the only options. Oof. I can go as far back in my memory as cassette bands. I can. Existing at all is the first place.
Of course,
Look at that. Look at that thing.
nothing's complete without a lizard doggo.
Looping there. So yeah. I am completely, honestly, unsure about stock. These vinyls, the first and the second batch, were, I think, sold out on pre-order. I have had confirmation that a third batch is past being considered, and actually it's gonna happen. I'm not sure if that's open yet, but if you are interested in that, exactly what someone just did. Sorry, Sunrise Eagle, thank you. In chat just did. ! merch takes you to lizardago.com for the information you need about this vinyl, on top of all of the merch we are currently selling as well. Huge thank you again to Big Booty Tom for the save file, for everybody
And
involved.
Of course.
And
there's an orange one.
there's no orange one. Best color.
I saw people ask.
Oh, it's so perfect, right? It's so perfect. Black being, standard, and then just orange having the...
We got kind of, black and orange. Vaguely the color scheme. Vaguely.
I might want to buy I'm gonna buy a CD player, because for my trip to Japan, I'm gonna load my truck with my bag with 15 kilograms of music, just CDs. So I need to play them somehow. And vinyl players might also actually be on that list.
Yeah. No, it's nice. I really like just having a record player for when I really need to disengage from the internet and the computer and just kind of take a break, listen to music purposely.
Yeah.
With
intention. How do I get a bag and truck mixed up? Because I'm me. Don't ask. Don't ask. So yeah, it's super sick to have that here. We have plenty of copies around actually, just for internal uses. Awesome to have. And jumping from that, this is, again, like I said, in my opinion, just probably my favorite piece of merch, period. We are having new merch news soon that might spice you up. That might spice things up. That you might find spicy.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
A few things people have been asking for a while now, and more info should be coming on the next stream already. So yes, we have pretty exciting stuff on that front as well. Oh, do you know anything about the test presses of the vinyl records? I do not know. I saw Linus, if no one else. I can ask. I can actually bring that as a follow-up question for next stream.
Yes, spicy merch. Finally getting the Mikael body pillow.
Only if you're my backside, Hannah.
Oh no.
It makes sense. We're the ones here now.
It does make sense, but I don't like it.
Toxic. You go against me? What the shit? Paste that to myself.
I really just don't want to be permanently attached.
Fair enough. Would it suffice with me being on one side and a Lizard Doggo chat on the other? Actually, don't answer that question. I regret to ask. I did not fully understand the
Don't
implications
ask questions you don't want answers to.
Nah, I
Ooh, Pioneer on one and Ada on the other. But what does Ada look like?
Ooh. Canonically, it's time to show. Do we know? Do you know?
What would that be? Would that just be like just like a collection of like the subtitles of like her most mean messages or something? vaguely person-shaped.
Be real, chat. Be completely honest with me. If you have to like visualize Ada as an entity, how many of you just think of GLaDOS or GLaDOS from Portal?
But how? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was gonna ask, how do you visualize GLaDOS? But GLaDOS just has a physical manifestation, so that
Everyone, me, yeah. No, okay, cool.
doesn't she just look like Hannah? I don't know.
I like that.
I don't know. You don't know.
Me, different color Ada.
Ada is an orange Mercer sphere.
Yeah, different color GLaDOS.
Interesting. Yeah. Hell's red cameras. Valid as well.
Because I was sure I was not alone on the GLaDOS thing.
Like a snoot. Just a rack of computers.
Rip.
Yep.
Nah.
Just a voice in your head. Yeah, accurate.
All right. That is the end of a very meaty state of dev. How nice. It's good to be back, chat.
There we go.
Yes. I just realized, chat, we didn't have a follow-up section today because I realized even before the stream that this SOD state of dev was going to be kind of meaty. One thing I want to follow up on quickly is that we had questions about was it Unicode being added to the science officially?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. It's low. It's noted and it's in the log. It's low prio, but it's definitely something that is doable whenever they get to it. So in the future, very possible. My chat has vanished. Whoop.
That's not good.